Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think, like we talked about jealousy, and sometimes, like I said, it's quite difficult to not have this emotion of jealousy, because of course it is.
Mm,
I would say that it's a negative emotion, and like anger, we get angry. So this is
mm,
something which everyone has, and it's very difficult to avoid it sometimes. So I think the
mm,
best way is to use jealousy as something positive. um, you know, uh,
mm-hmm.
Tracing the jealousy, where does it come from? You need to get to the root cause. It's important. Examining, the feelings, like, what is it about others, or maybe our friends are,
Mm,
in our relationship, that is making us jealous. Whether comes from any insecurity, any fear, or any past relationships
mm,
that we have had. I think knowing more
mm,
about the causes, it can help us, figure out how to control it. And I mean, having a conversation with
mm,
someone you get jealous of. I mean, if it's not a stranger, let's say someone, a friend, or like, for a lot of people, when they're into a relationship, they also have a lot of jealousy with each other. So it's important to communicate, to sit down and talk, instead of just letting this negative emotion build up in your body. And another way, I think, is talking to a trusted friend, a good friend, because jealousy can sometimes give you, it can take you towards something negative, um, because you want to voice your concerns
yeah.
to someone that you really trust, and
Mm,
you want to make the situation maybe less frightening, and you want to help gain this perspective. You want to look at, if you tell your friend that, okay, this is something that I'm getting jealous of, your friend is going, of course, he or she is going to have a different perspective about it. And when you talk, when you tell your concerns to the other person, you're going to look at it from another person's perspective. So maybe it's, you feel better after, uh,
yes.
I mean, talking to a friend who you trust.
Mm,
And uh, whenever you feel jealous, considering the full picture is very important, because
mm,
most of the time jealousy develops in response to, I would say, half picture. I mean, in other words, we might be comparing ourselves with our own achievements, and with our qualities, with an incomplete
mm,
view of someone else. Because, like I said in the start, people would display their best part of the life to the world. So it's not easy
mm,
always to tell what's really happening in someone else's life or
yeah.
relationship. So, and then the social media thing, and all that stuff. So we need to see the full picture, and practicing gratitude, being happy for what we have. Even a little gratitude, I think it can take us a long way. It can reduce the feelings of jealousy, and it can also relieve the stress. I mean, you might not have everything you want, most of us don't, but you probably have at least some of what you want. I mean, maybe
Mm,
you even have some good things in your life you didn't expect. So this is something which we need to think, and which we need to keep telling ourselves. So appreciating the
mm,
positive things in our life, and not relating it with jealousy, and realizing that our life is not perfect, and there's no person
yes.
in the world whose life is perfect. So I would say these are some of the things we
Oh,
can, yeah, these are some of the things where which we can do to make this negative emotion of jealousy into a positive one. And like I said, we whenever you are jealous about something, if when you want to cope up with these feelings, um, you need to distract yourself from these jealous thoughts before they build up and they become very serious. I mean, writing down what you feel, taking a walk, or um, giving yourself some space by just leaving the situation, or just going out, or travel, or I mean, anything. So this is something which is going to make us feel better. And remembering your own value. I think that is also very important, because when jealousy, it leads us to compare our lives with others. Your value, your self-worth, it can go down in your eyes, in your mind. Your might, like we talked about, a lot of people might be very envious about your life, but jealousy can make you feel like you do not have anything good in your life. So you need to remind yourself of the things you do well. I mean, practicing, um, what do they say, self compassion. I mean, in other words, treating yourself the way you would,
Definitely.
yeah, you would treat your close friend. You should treat yourself that way. And you should talk to yourself that about the good qualities that you have, or just exchange them with your friend. uh, we need to remind ourselves of the things, which we are good at. Like, a lot of people praise us for maybe a lot of qualities or characteristics that we have. So we need to remind ourselves that a lot of people think that, Emma, your English is very good, extremely good, and a lot of people think you are the most beautiful girl in the world. So all these kind of affirmations, these are going to, because when we think about these things, they are going to make us believe that we are important. We are not someone who hasn't got any value. So making time to do things that we enjoy, and taking the positive views that we get from other people, and keep reminding ourselves. I think that is very important. So yeah, sorry, my conclusion was
Okay.
very long, but yeah.
No, it's